This Sunday, the 31st of August 2025, 4:30 kickoff. The showdown commence. The top two of last season goes head to head. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And without any further ado, let's get into these predictions and previews. So, Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. Both teams are two or three teams so far this season to have a 100% record. 2 wins from two, as we can check right now. Arsenal started off the season with a win against Manchester United 1-0, even though their performances wasn't great, a set piece goal. And then their next game, they basically dealt with Leeds United 5-0 at home. Two goals from Timber, 2 goals from Gyökeres, and a brilliant goal from Bukayo Saka was the difference. As for us, it's been a chaotic start to the season, to say the least. Obviously, we're scoring goals for fun. Obviously, 4-2 win against Bournemouth at the start of the season, and then Rio Ngomora magic in the last seconds of the game to clinch a 3-2 win against Newcastle away. But obviously there are room for concerns though, unfortunately, regarding us, because unlike Arsenal, who are defending well, they don't look like going to be conceding. We do look like we're going to be conceding. If it's not from transitions, then it's from set pieces. If it's not from set pieces, then it's from individual errors. And I feel like that needs to change ASAP. I believe it will change because we have such a good team with a very good manager, Premier League winning manager, Arne Slot, in fact, that the performances can't really carry on like this, innit? So I do expect us to play better. I do expect us to get better, and we will. Hopefully it starts this Sunday. Because if you look at the strengths of this Arsenal team, obviously they got the likes of, obviously before I get into that, Saka and Odegaard looks like they're not going to be playing due to injury. But Arsenal this transfer window has addressed the squad depth issues. They added in Norgard, they added in Zubamendi, they added in Gyökeres, they added in Madueke, they added in the big one, Eberici Eze, who I feel like could spark new life in this Arsenal team, in my opinion. Obviously, Kai Havertz is injured as well, but with Eze in the team, the levels is definitely going to go up in that Arsenal team. And I have a funny feeling that Eze is going to make his Arsenal debut against us at Anfield. And Eze actually performs well when he plays us away from home. So, yeah, man, it could get real sticky if we don't fix up our performances. You feel me? But yeah, man, this is obviously Bukayo Saka won't be fit. About the match, Liverpool's playing home against Arsenal. Yeah, not really that much to get into. So let's talk about this properly, innit? So in terms of like the strengths of this Arsenal team, obviously set pieces, the defense, Gabriel and Saliba still being solid as a duo, Timber being a lockdown defender, Zubamendi making progressive passes, Declan Rice being Declan Rice as always, getting around the pitch and making a real impact. And then obviously on transitions, though, Arsenal do look like, I feel like they're not that good in terms of transitions on the counter attack. But with a player like Gyökeres, who makes good movement and is a very good goal scorer, you're ultimately going to create chances with him in the team. You understand? But the big problem that Gyökeres is going to have, because he's going to be willing to silence his doubts very early, he's dealing with one of the best centre-backs in Premier League history, and definitely the best centre-back in world football, country mount, Virgil van Dijk. Over the last 2 games, he has been absolutely brilliant. He has been basically carrying the whole back line because the team hasn't really gelled yet. Kirkez is not hasn't started the season off the way I thought he would, but that will come because he's a brilliant left back. Konate, his head's not in the game at the moment. And obviously, we started off with Frimpong against Bournemouth, but now he's injured, so we play Szoboszlai at right back, who I thought he'd done brilliantly against Newcastle, but obviously that is a makeshift back four. You understand? And Van Dijk he's doing his job, commanding his area, winning his aerial duels, winning his ground duels. He's so good at winning his aerial duels that he makes good passes out of them. So yeah, man, as long as we have the captain in our team, and bear in mind, he wasn't in that second half. He wasn't 50% because Anthony Gordon almost took his leg out completely. So that's the type of defender that Gyökeres will have to deal with. Obviously, in the midfield as well, the midfield battle is going to be important. But McAllister, hopefully we have him back for that game because he's so important. Gravenberch, he showed why he was in the PFA Team of the Year last season because he was absolutely brilliant against Newcastle. He evaded the press very well, in my opinion. When we did start to play football, because on Monday it wasn't really a football match, in my opinion. So he got himself a goal. So I feel like McAllister and Gravenberch as a duo definitely can hold their own against that Arsenal midfield. You understand? But it's not going to be an easy game at all. Not going to be an easy game because I feel like it's attack versus defense in it. And people will say, "Oh, Arsenal only scored one less goals than us." Let's be honest, half of those was corners. So let's not do that. You understand? But all I'm saying is that we're scoring goals. Ekatike's flying. Like I think was it 2 goals in 2 games in the Premier League, and then assists as well. He's flying. You understand? Salah hasn't really had great performances, but he's still popping up with the deciding factor. And I have no doubt that he's going to show himself on Sunday. Florian Wirtz, the first 2 games, not really the standard that he set at Germany, but he needs time. Unfortunately, he needs time, and I feel like he will produce the levels that he was showing in Germany because he's still one of the best tens in the world. You understand? So hopefully he puts in a better performance against Arsenal because we'll need him at his best. Cody Gakpo as well. So I feel like the lineup that I'll go for the game, Allison will play. I feel like Sabozza is going to keep his position at right back, because Conor Bradley and Joe Gomez, their injury issues is clear to see, and I don't think they're going to start. So I feel like Sabozza is going to keep his place at right back. Van Dijk, Konate, Kirkes, and in the midfield, if McAllister is not fit, there's going to be Gravenberch and Jones, and then it's going to be the front four speaks for itself. So basically the same lineup as we lined up against Newcastle, which wasn't pretty viewing in terms of football. But you remember that last goal that we scored? The whole move to that goal, the whole move for that goal was world class. We kept playing, we kept moving the ball around, and Engamel done magic. We need to do that within the first minute of that ball being kicked against Arsenal. We need to be on it 24/7 because if performances don't improve in that game, then we might not win that game. You understand? These Arsenal will fancy their chances, given that we're vulnerable defensively and they're good at set pieces and they don't really concede goals like that. Whilst we can fancy our chances because we're playing at home and we're the champions for the reason, and we have the mentality. The mentality is locked in. So the way Arsenal's going to line up, I believe Raya's going to play. I feel like Timber, Lewis Skelly, I feel like he's going to play, I feel like Lewis Skelly because I think Arteta's going to fancy Lewis Skelly against Salah more than Calafiori. So I feel like Skelly's going to play, Gabriel Saliba, Zubimendi, Eze, and Rice is going to be the midfield. And I feel like it's going to be Madueke, Martinelli, and Gyökeres. So if they do line up with that front three, we can definitely fancy our chances if we defend well. So yeah, man, it's going to be a tough game, 100%, because Arsenal are a very good team. So my predictions, I feel like it's going to be a tight 1-1 draw. Genuinely think it's going to be a tight 1-1 draw. I feel like both teams are going to create chances, and I feel like both goalkeepers are going to be on top form. You understand? And I feel like Arsenal, I think we'll get the goal from a set piece. Funny enough, I feel like Arsenal's going to score from open play. So yeah, man, that's my prediction for the game. Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. And yeah, man, make sure you keep liking the video. Make sure you keep subscribing. And hopefully on Sunday, we get the win. Until then, I'm out. Love.